Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today is going to be an experimentation video. I really like football, and I really like watching, Champions League games, the Premier League and stuff. So I kind of always wanted to do a video like this. If you guys want to watch the FIFA video for today, I did upload a video already earlier today for the Draft to Glory episode. We'll have one for tomorrow as well. But I wanted to do a football-related video today. Today might not be the best video to make because it's Real Madrid versus Ajax. And right now I keep reviewing this Vasquez tackle on De Jong, and at first it kind of looks like a tangle, but then after it's kind of just like they keep tangling with each other, but it looks like Vasquez kind of tangles him more, in my opinion, because I keep watching it over and over again. I don't know if it's enough for the referee to call back because he obviously had VAR assistance for that. And I know that people hate Real Madrid, and that's why I think emotions are definitely going to cloud judgment a little bit here. But I don't necessarily blame the referee for not calling that back, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're gonna get into the game. We're gonna look at different aspects of this game. If you guys have any suggestions of what you guys would like to see in regards to this type of discussion that we're going to be having, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, all that fun stuff. Again, this is going to be based off of my opinion. I'm just a football fan. I didn't really care if Real Madrid or Ajax won. I just like watching the games, right? So, starting 11 for Real Madrid, they went with Reguilon instead of Marcelo. A lot of people are kind of like 50-50 with that because Marcelo is obviously one of the best left backs in the world, but it makes sense why the manager wanted to choose Reguilon over Marcelo, because Reguilon is more of a defensive minded person. Like, he can attack, but he's not always caught out of position like someone like Marcelo is. So he probably didn't want that extra attacking presence on that side. Then he went with Nacho, Sergio Ramos, and Carvajal as the back four, so a pretty solid back four. He went with the typical midfield of Modric, Toni Kroos, Casemiro. Really good midfield, obviously. And then the top three was with Gareth Bale on the right wing side, Benzema as a striker, and Vinicius Jr. on the left wing side. How am I going to explain Real Madrid's performance? I think Real Madrid's performance in the first half was very poor. You can tell that when Real Madrid is playing, they're really going for that counter-attacking football, because you notice that when they're playing on the defensive front, they don't really clear the ball out that often, right? They will if they really feel like they need to, but they will try to build up the play, because Ajax was playing this constant pressure play style against Real Madrid, and to be honest, Ajax did a fantastic job of doing it. I was very surprised that they were able to do it for a full half, because it's exhausting to do that, right? And I think it kind of showed a little bit in the second half, but in the first half, they kept on putting that constant pressure, and Real Madrid probably cleared the ball out, honestly, maybe like three or four times, but mostly, even though they lost possession around their area of the 18-yard box, it's because they do want to build up the play. Because you notice that in particular moments or particular areas of the field, when Real Madrid got the ball back, they wanted to progressively push up so that they can counterattack. That's what they're really good at doing. So that's why they have players like Vinicius and Gareth Bale on the pitch to be able to do that, right? The first half, I think Ajax was dominating Real Madrid. I think they were playing better football. I think Ajax got an unfortunate for certain situations in the game. We're going to be talking about that offside opportunity. So I'm just going to give my opinion on this. Again, I have no favoritism towards any team. I just watch the game as I watch the game. I think the referee was right to make that decision, and it is a controversial decision, but when it came to halftime, I was watching the game on BT Sport, and all three of the pundits, although they say it's a very close call, they said that they agree with the referees. Like, even Michael Owen. I know Michael Owen used to play for Real Madrid, so it's a little bit thing there, right? But they were agreeing with the referee's decision there. Is it an offside? From my opinion, when I look at it, I think it is, but I think it's very unlucky from Ajax. I think it's incredibly unlucky. I do think that an active player did impede or he was part of the play, and in that regard he is offside. So that's why I agree with the referee in that sense. The referee today, he was a little bit, I wouldn't call him terrible, but he wasn't great either. There was a couple of opportunities or situations that I think that he kind of wasn't right in. Obviously the foul from Carvajal on Neres. on the left wing spot. That was definitely a push from Carvajal. Even from the point of view of a viewer, when you're watching it on TV, it definitely looked like a foul. So at first glance it was, and then obviously through the replay it actually was. And then there was one that I would have wanted to see a VAR representation of if it was actually offside or not. There was one situation where Ajax received possession of the ball when they got it back from Real Madrid, and I think this was in the first half as well. And Tadic was trying to run on the line because he was obviously the offside rules, when you're in the midway line and you're behind it, you're always onside, right? So when he made that run, at second glance, without seeing more replays of it, he looked like he was slightly off just because of timing of him pushing his chest forward. So he might have been slightly offside. I'm not sure if Nacho's chest was kind of putting him onside a little bit, but there was no replay of a VAR in that situation either. Ajax did some beautiful passing plays on the left side, transitioning to the middle. They were beautiful. Ziyech took the touch and then wanted to finish, and I think Courtois did really well to open his body up to save that opportunity. But I think Real Madrid were definitely lacking defensively in that such a certain situation. Maybe it would have been better if Ziyech took the first time shot, but it is what it is. I do think that Ajax was definitely playing better than Real Madrid in the first half. In the second half, I think the game was more balanced. I think when Real Madrid's first goal was the Vinicius Jr. So I didn't see the replay of that one either, because some people were telling me about the shoulder touch. I'm not really sure if it was a shoulder touch or if it was a headed touch. I think it was a headed touch. I didn't see the replay of that one. But from the point of view of the viewer, Vinicius Jr. looked like he did a very good job. I thought it looked like it was a headed touch from watching it on TV. So he did a really good control from what I could see, right? Took on 3 defenders. Gareth Bale made the transitioning run to drag out the defender, and then Benzema with a fantastic finish, right? So I thought it was a good goal from looking at it from that point of view. And I think Ajax did a pretty decent job to not slow down. I think they were still playing very well. They obviously weren't playing that constant pressure football that they were for the majority of the first half, and I think that plays a part when in the first half, when the halftime rings, you kind of lose that momentum a little bit of always putting constant pressure. But they did a pretty good job of it a little bit in the second half, pushing against Real Madrid. The second goal that Real Madrid scored, Asensio was the third one where Vasquez fouled him. The second one, I can't even remember the second one anymore. The second goal, it was just 2 goals. I don't know why I keep saying it's 3. It was just 2 goals. It was the Asensio goal, and then it was the first one. So the Asensio goal to make the game 2-1. Was it a foul from Vasquez on De Jong? So I'm just looking at a Twitter video right now. It's this call is, it's hard to make, because a lot of times this type of situation happens and they never get called back for a foul. They just continue on the play. So I'm always like rewatching this, and obviously I wish I can show you guys this as well. But I'm rewatching it constantly, and I am kind of leaning more towards the side of Vasquez fouling him. But from watching football so much, I don't blame the referee for not calling this back, because this does happen quite frequently in games. They kind of look like they're tussling with each other, but it does look like Vasquez tussles a little bit more than De Jong does, in my opinion. That, like, I keep rewatching it. Vasquez is looking the other way, tussling with De Jong, and then continue to tussle with him. So in that regard, I feel like it actually might have been a foul. But again, those situations happen quite often in football where they never really bring it back and they just continue to play. It's just regarded as a tussle between 2 players. But from a goal-scoring opportunity to go up 2-1 against Real Madrid, I don't know. If the referee didn't want to call this back, I don't blame him, but at the same time, like, if a referee did call this as a foul, I would have given it as a foul. I do agree with the referee on the first decision of the goal being offside in regards to the active player being a part of the active play, and he was offside. I do think that he was, and I think Courtois is very, very lucky that the player was a part of the play to make him offside. But this second one, I'm a little bit on the fence. I'm kind of leaning more towards the side because it's an important goal in the game. I am leaning more towards the side of it being an actual foul than it not being a foul, because the goal was scored. So when you could see it from a VAR point of view, it does look like Vasquez kind of foul. I thought it was a tussle between both players at first glance, but I'm rewatching it over and over again, and it kind of looks like Vasquez at one point was looking away, started to tussle with him, looked in this direction, and then continued to tussle with him, where De Jong was kind of like trying to gain his balance. Because De Jong only... But then there's like a little bit of a tug on De Jong in the beginning too. But it's more about keeping the balance. I don't know. For me personally, I don't blame the referee for not calling that back. Because it just looks like a tussle between two players, right? Obviously, one looks like he's favoring the other one more, but I don't think that would have been a really huge call in regards to, oh, De Jong could have defended against Asensio. I don't think that moment would have happened anyways, but I don't know. I don't really blame the referee for not calling that back. I do think the referee was 100% wrong in that Carvajal foul, though. That was very obvious that should have been a foul. But in a general sense, man, very impressive De Jong. This is one of the first few times I've watched him, I would say 3 or 4 times, maybe some games in the Champions League already. Very impressed with De Jong. I love the way he plays. He definitely has like a Sergio Busquets play style to him, right? He always wants to receive the ball in the back 4 area, start the play, end the play. Very good. De Ligt had a pretty solid performance today as well. I thought Schoen was pretty good too. Schoen was pretty decent. Neres was creating some attacking opportunities for Ajax as well. But yeah, I thought it was, for me personally, I thought it was a pretty solid game to watch. The Ajax goalkeeper, I'm actually kind of a fan of his. He's not bad. He did some solid saves. Great first save against Vinicius, right? I think it was a typical save to make. I think he should be making that save for sure. But I like the way that he held on to possession. I believe it was from Gareth Bale's header, and it was aimed towards the bottom left side. And I like the way that he dove and got possession of the ball. A lot of goalkeepers kind of like parried it away, but he did a really good job of receiving the ball there. Real Madrid's players. I think Vinicius played well today. I thought Ajax was putting a really good amount of pressure on him in the first half, and in the second half, I feel like he was a little bit more balanced. He kind of had a little bit more space to work with, but again, it was because they worked the close pressure game really well. Gareth Bale, I don't know if I would have said Gareth Bale would have had a bad game. I don't think Gareth Bale was really needed in this game, but he kind of was. I understand why he used Gareth Bale in this game because Ajax is playing this constant pressure play style against Real Madrid. I think Solari wanted to, kind of use Bale's pace against Ajax's counter pressure. Because like I said, if you watch Real Madrid try to progressively move forward in the first half, they weren't clearing the ball that often. They only did it when they felt like they really needed to, but they were trying to build up the play. And if you notice the attacking space from Vinicius and Gareth Bale, they were in good positions to go on the counterattack. And that's where Bale is best utilized, getting in behind the defense, passing the defender that way. I think it was a good sub to put on Vasquez for Bale, and then he took off Vinicius Jr., put on Mariano Diaz. He did that afterwards, though, because I know that he had Asensio on in the beginning, and then he obviously wanted to have a balance and put Mariano Diaz afterwards to have the front 3 as well. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty solid game. I don't think Ajax made any subs. I don't think I remember them making any subs. Because to be honest, their team was pretty balanced. I thought they were playing pretty well. I didn't think there was anybody that was awful. I think Dolberg kind of messed up some opportunities. First shot, don't blame him too much for. Those are hard to do in those situations. I think he held himself really nicely onside. It could have been offside. We didn't see the VAR for the really small margins. But that last opportunity, man, I think he should have scored that. I think the pressure from Sergio Ramos on him kind of got to him a little bit, and that's what put him off balance a little bit. It wasn't really a foul. It was just, I think Dolberg just played that really poorly for that last opportunity. But yeah, the Ajax's goal, Ziyech's placement was beautiful. Nice little bottom left goal. Bottom left shot goal was very nice. Got to give him credit for that. But I do think that I think the first opportunity he had when it was that really well built up goal from play from Ajax that resulted in him having the ball. He takes the extra touch. The goalkeeper kind of like went to him really closely, really well to block out that opportunity. I think Courtois did a good job at that. I don't think there's anything else to say in regards to the controversy. I agree with the referee in regards to the offside from the corner. Everyone will see this differently. It's really up to someone to see it differently. But the third one, I think an argument can definitely be made for the third one, or not third one. I keep saying third one. For the second one, a little bit more, because I don't know. I keep rewatching it on Twitter. I'm gonna show you guys just like a little snippet. I keep watching this on Twitter, right, just to review it constantly. And every time I look at it, Vasquez is looking away. He's looking at the play, and then he tussles. And then the camera goes off, and then they both keep tussling. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't blame the referee for not calling that, but could he have called it? Yeah, I think he could have, but I don't think it was that influential towards the general buildup of, you know, Carvajal getting the ball on the side and then him crossing it towards Asensio, and then Asensio placing it into the back of the net. So it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this. A lot of people really hate Real Madrid, so I know it's going to be like, no, they should have been offside, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But like I said, I don't blame the referee for not calling this. It looks like a general tussle. But at the same time, could it have been called back? Yes. I don't agree with people on the first offside, though. I think Real Madrid's very, very lucky in that position, but I do think that the referee made a good decision from that corner set piece. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys want to see anything different in regards to these football game reviews, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. This video might receive a lot of hate in regards to my opinions towards the game. I thought from I guess what's a middle ground fan. There's a word for it. A middle ground fan. I enjoyed watching the games. I think the referee may have made two decisions. That Carvajal was an obvious one. That offside on Tadic, I would need to see VAR for that one. But everything else, I think he did okay in the game. I didn't think he did too badly. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We'll probably do a review for the Europa League games tomorrow if you guys are interested in these types of videos. So be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I kind of enjoyed doing this. Like, even me having just the general conversation was really fun. So let me know what you guys thought about the game down below. If you guys thought it was a foul, be sure to let me know. Give me that shit. You know, I'd like to hear it. And I will see you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.